Just in here, I'm going to use some of this purple colour. I'm just going to bring a little stringy one into there, like that, leave a gap, and I'm just going to let it blend from this purple tone here straight away to more or less nothing, just in there. Just blend it away to nothing so it disappears, just on the horizon. Let me get some of that same colour. Do the same thing over here. Coming through there, nice and soft. Go underneath that, a bit further, blend it out, and then just in here I want to just go side to side, blend some of that purple out in there. So it's nice, and I want it to be soft and graded up just in there. Because I want to put a darker cloud in front of that, you see. There. And just up in here, purple colour too. Leave some bits of sky blue showing through just here and there. Or bits of blue sky. Just on the horizon for now. And then with that same colour you can afford to make it a bit darker on the edges. Like over in here, I want to bring one right through there, underneath that cloud, backwards and forwards in there too, just like so. To the mauve side is the purple that I'm using, something about like that, and there's a few bits of this colour just in between these clouds. Don't kill all the blue, they're more or less shadows for the clouds, if you know what I mean. Just up in there, I can put a bit of shadow for that. These wonderful purple colours. Just in there. Now that'll be better. Okay. Just up in here we've got a cloud that's a bit more silhouette, so I'm just going to use this tiny bit of a darker colour. When it comes in here, just a little round one like so. It's tiny and it's way off in the distance, is this. Way off in the distance. Something like that. That's all I was after. Nice. Got one just in here too. It's only small. Just in front of them other clouds. Something like that. It's my belly, you can hear rumbling. So you can get something to eat. Just little silhouette clouds. Now, just want to go up in here. I want to actually start to add some of this darker colour, the darker purple. One of the darkest of the purples that I've done. And I'm just going to come up and apply some of that here and there up into this cloud. And it actually comes right into it there. So you just put the colour in first and then we can tap it out afterward to make it look soft. A nice shadow just in the base of that, up in there. Quite a bit of shadow up in there. Now this end bit, more or less most of it's in shadow, so I'm going to put some of that colour going on up in there. Leave a few little bits of the orange here and there, and it'll look like it's literally glowing on top of there. Even tap with this, just like so. Tap some of that shadow colour into there. Just reload. Just get a bit more paint on there. That's better. So I only want a few bits of that orange showing through there, because it's in shadow, because the sunlight's coming up in here. It's putting a lot of this into shadow. And these contrasts between the lights and the darks and these clouds will really make it zing and look like it's blasting out of there. Just a bit darker. Something about like that, leave little holes where you can see it through. Now I'm just going to come back. I really haven't got a fan brush spare, so I'm just going to use a tiny little stippling brush, see if that's enough. Just tap that into there. So it softens the edges of it basically. Put some more nice highlights in here too as well. I just play backwards and forwards between the two highlights and the shadows, and then just soften it by just tapping and allowing the orange to mix with this purple tone. That's nice. These colours just really turn me on. They really are awesome. I like that up in there, I'm not going to touch that. So yeah, just a matter of going through all of them and putting these nice shadows in there now. Even down in here, put some down in there. See how sporadic I'm being though when I'm leaving gaps. I want to go back in and highlight some of these and make them a bit brighter, you see, by adding white. Like it looks a bit brighter there, but the same over here. Just trying to add some of this shadow colour tone into the clouds and give them some depth. Even down in here, we've got some of this shadow tone just at the base. And here and there, that blue from underneath will show through with it being dry. It will show through nicely. There. So I want to get some up in here as well. Some of the very darker colour, the darkest of the colours. So I've show you on the palette what I've done. Got all these different grades from light to dark. And I'm working between them two different tones. And again, I'm not worrying when I'm adding the colour I'm not worrying in the slightest about it. Just adding that colour in there and knowing that I can blend it out and stuff. That's what I need. There. Happy with that. So coming right over the top of that. And just into there. Still show a lot of that orange through though as well. Cool, now I'm going to do his top part, but I'm going to really do it fast. I'm just going to fly some colour in there. Don't bring it too far down because when you tap it, it'll take over all this orange colour. And I do want to just leave a bit of the orange, but I know that it takes it over so much, you've got to be careful. Put a bit of colour here and there where you want it, of the dark, and then you can tap it out into that and it won't lose too much of the colour. I know that I need to leave a gap of orange just in there. And it's going to come flying down through there. A lot of fun to do with these. This is the first time I've ever tried to do it over the top of spray paint store, and it seems to be working very well actually. I'm really chuffed with the results so far. I know that it's going to work from what I've done already, so I'm very happy. Again, don't bring it too far down. Up in here, I'm going to leave an area of light just in there. See, it's mixing with that lighter colour that's on there as well, you see, all the time. So you need to keep reloading with the darker stuff because it's a much darker tone that they're wanting up here. Because there's a bit of white in with this orange, it's going to mix with your purple and try and make it lighter in tone. Just make sure you got plenty of paint out there for when you start. Some a bit more to the blue side, some a bit more to the red side. Just mix it up. A bit sporadic. Just want it very dark on this top edge though. It's going to be quite a moody painting. The darks in it will really help to contrast with these lights. And it should zing in there nicely. I want this to actually come up at an angle there. Leave a bit of that orange still showing through. Yeah, maybe a bit of shadow just at the bottom of that actually there. Just same over in here, we've got a little shadow. And it disappears off. Happy? Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a round brush. I'll use the big one first of all. Just in here, just going to tap. So that some of these shadowed colours just blend out nicely into there. You can even just do circles like that, you don't need to tap. I'll just do circles I think. Blend it with circles in there so it's nice and soft. And I'll pick up that dark colour and just let you blend it out nice and soft in there. I don't want to kill all the orange, so I'm leaving some areas still bright intentionally. Tiny circles, lots of little circles, just to soften it like that. You can even do it in there, you know, just soften it a bit. Nice. I love it. You work in small areas with these big brushes sometimes if you're careful when you're doing it. You really can gain a good level of control Don't kill all these lights up in the sky, like just in there. I'm blending it, but I'm leaving it pretty light still. Same up in here. Try to leave the orange showing through. You can always enhance it later by adding a bit more of orange in there, but it's going to always want to mix with this darker colour, you see. So you're leaving these light, it means it'll work much better for you when you come to putting your lights back in again. So many blending techniques that you can do with wet on wet. You can stipple to blend, you can blend like side to side, like so, or you can just use tiny circles to blend out. Now I don't want to lose too much of this orange in here, so I'm just going to use the corner of the brush, leave some areas where it's showing through better, especially around where the sun is. Blend that bottom edge out there into the orange. Happy. Very happy with that stage.